Hey, what's up, man? You scared me, man.
I didn't mean to scare you, man.
Matt, nice to meet you, buddy.
I'm so sorry.
Not a problem, buddy.
I've been wanting to meet you for so long. So I've been following you since probably the first.
That's awesome, man.
And the truck runs fantastic, okay? Everything sounds great, but I've noticed that when it gets heated up to operating temperature, between like about 800 to 1,000, I'm hearing a little rattle.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm thinking it's probably time for the time and chain stuff to get done on it.
What's the miles on it?
172.
172?
Yeah.
But when you start it up, it sounds okay. It's just after letting it run.
To my ear, yes. Well, I used to have my own mechanic shop, but I don't. This new stuff, I have no. I was a mechanic in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets really. What's the word? Intense. After a certain year.
Somebody for you?
No. Do what? A brake light out?
I seen you coming through town just a minute ago, and then I seen your brake light is out on your driver's side.
Oh, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Hey, I need tranny and my pulley. We've replaced two, but it continues. I can't figure out what pulley. We've replaced the idler pulley and other stuff, but in order to get my kid to and from work, like, it's literally on his last leg, and then all my health issues and everything else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tyler told me not even to stop.
Here, I'll take this off. So I had to stop the camera there, guys, because this customer started crying and then she turned her head away like she didn't want to be. And I could tell, I can feel, I'm not going to record somebody crying. I wanted to in the sense so you guys could understand, but I didn't want to embarrass anybody. And that person there, her husband bought a Trailblazer, and with the hopes that it was a really pretty Trailblazer, but they bought it with the hopes of having it for a long time because they just had a child and they needed to go back and forth to school, go back and forth to work. And the car she was driving was just, it was running on its last leg, guys. And she's still using that same vehicle. It's still running on its last leg. Hey, Mr. Popular.
I told you, Mr. Popper, you're the Mr.
No,
Popper.
she knew you. She knows your family. You got twin nephews. Yeah, man. You're such a great guy.
I didn't even know who that was.
No, well, strangely enough, dude, I have been working on a Trailblazer of theirs for a while. And at first it was going to be a head gasket replacement and a time and chain replacement. I pulled the head gasket off. And we had, I pulled the valve off, the cylinder head off, because I had a damaged valve in it.
Oh, okay.
Figured that out, got it fixed. And then everything was like all dirty and stuff in there. I cleaned it all off, and then we had a hole in a cylinder.
Oh,
and so, yeah, it's really expensive, so.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
I know all about that funds deal, man.
So truly, this is upsetting. The biggest obstacle I face being a mobile mechanic is hearing stories that upsets me. Everybody knows that vehicle issues sucks. It sickens me, guys. It sucks seeing people. Man, I just got a call from a guy yesterday who lives in his car, and he had an alternator failure, guys. And because of that reason, he can't fix his car. He can't drive it or nothing like that. He can't. Every night he would sleep on this lot, and he would start it and leave and just park somewhere and then hang out there. Basically look for jobs, do whatever he does. I don't know what he does, but he would come back to that location every single night and just to sleep. And he had to leave his car there overnight because his alternator, he couldn't freaking start it the next day. And obviously he got towed the next morning, and now he's literally sleeping on the streets. I'm not a rich mechanic, you know what I mean? I'm just a freaking helpful, friendly one. Mechanics don't make much money whatsoever. You have to work your tail off. You have to do, when I first started, I did 6-7 jobs a freaking day. I would leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't get back until like 8 or 9 at night. And those are gut-wrenching jobs, guys, because I had to grind for what I got. Nobody called me up for like, hey, I just need a power steering pump. No, it was, hey, my engine needs to be rebuilt. Hey, I need a timing chain. My head gasket failed. And those are the type of jobs that I had to handle, just to kind of put my name out there and prove myself. I get paid very little, but at least enough to help somebody out. But I don't know. I know that if you get over like 500,000, you get a little bit more. So that's what we're shooting for, guys. If you can put me at 500,000 followers, literally, I'll be able to purchase a vehicle, and you could see that. Like, imagine how cool of a video that would be. Me like showing up. Oh, hey, you're freaking crying outside, homeless. Here's a vehicle. I probably wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be like it would obviously be a person. I would take like tolls I would take like messages and stuff like that for. I said tolls. I meant to say polls. Anyways, I would take like messages and stuff. You know, I would get to feel information before I just give a vehicle auto and just like, hey, here, see you at a bus stop. Even though that would be cool. Shit, put me at 1 million followers and then we'll get there. But no, one step at a time, one step at a time. It's not going to be nothing fancy or nothing like that. But I'll tell you what, the thing will drive great. I'll do my own personal checks on it. I'll make sure that person has the vehicle because it sickens me. It really sickens me to see people so upset about stuff like that. And I know, dude, I've been there. My mom has sold her car because she didn't realize her gauge was broken. She ran out of gas thinking it was engine problem, and the mechanic was just like, oh yeah, it's engine failure. And then I learned later from one of his friends, once we went over there to get everything out of the vehicle, that it was only a freaking fuel gauge problem. It was out of fuel. Which made my mom cry for about a week because she painted that car purple. She had paid to paint that car purple and everything. Dodge Neon, she loved it. Standard, it was a fast little guy. I appreciate everybody's comments, everybody's likes. I appreciate everybody's support. You guys, my life has been changed. Literally, it's been changed since the beginning of this journey, and you guys are a big contribution to it. Here's the deal: if we can get me up to 500,000 followers, there's more that I could do for people. I really appreciate the support, and we're just about leaving for the day. Stay tuned, baby. It's gonna be a wild one.